Okay, so getting back into our coverage over Superman Doom, we actually pick up with Superman becoming the enemy of the state. And the reason why I say that is because, remember, the American government knows that Superman had kills Doomsday. It happened in Smallville, but the government also knows that Superman was infected by something from Doomsday that is now turning Superman into Doomsday. And so with all that being said, it's basically the American government trying to bring Superman back in because they know that sooner or later he will become Doomsday and he will kill people across the globe. And so they're trying to bring him back in. Now, when it comes to Superman turning into Doomsday, he's also getting Doomsday's powers. What I mean by this is our very first video of Superman Doom, when Doomsday went to a certain area on the Earth, that area began to catch on fire, animals died quickly. It was kind of like his aura around him had the ability to kill things without him even touching it. And so now Superman is getting that power as well. As he's going around, jets are blowing up, trees are burning, animals are dying. He's literally becoming Doomsday as he keeps going on, trying to find a new way to get rid of the infection. Now, to make things even worse, the public knows now Superman is turning into Doomsday, thanks to Lois Lane, because Superman wanted Lois Lane to tell the world what is happening at the moment, that Superman is becoming Doomsday. Superman has gone crazy. Superman has begun the process of turning evil. And so it's Lois Lane telling the public, telling the world what is happening, that their hero, that everyone looked up to, is now becoming a monster that could possibly kill off the entire planet. But then we jump over to Smallville, where we pick up with Lana Lang. Of course, Lana Lang being the first love interest of Superman back when they were in high school, back when he was in Smallville. Now, with that being said, Lana Lang does not know that Clark Kent is Superman. She has no idea at all. Now, the reason why she's in Smallville right now, because remember, the whole city of Smallville fell into a coma. Now, this could lead into Brainiac coming back to Earth, because we know that Brainiac is on his way back to Earth at the same time Superman is becoming Doomsday. And so right now it seems like without Superman to protect the Earth is easy picking for Brainiac. But Smallville, the people of Smallville have fell into a coma, and Lana Lang is trying to save her parents and everyone in Smallville. Now, with that being said, her phone goes off, and of course she thinks it's Clark Kent or Superman. But of course she comes to find out it is not Superman, it is actually Wonder Woman. Because Wonder Woman found out that apparently Superman gave someone an emergency line, and that emergency line was Lana Lang. And so now the two of them are going to work together to hopefully save Smallville, but to save Superman as well. Now, getting back over to Lois Lane and her father, Senator Lane, we do see that they are very serious about the idea of Superman becoming the enemy of the state. What I mean by that is that they wake up John Corbin. Now, John Corbin in the New 52 and previous 52, he is Metallo. Now, in the New 52, Superman actually fought Metallo at the very beginning of Action Comics when Grant Morrison was reworking the origin of Superman. And apparently these two characters fought against each other right before Superman had to deal with Brainiac. But either way though, when it comes to Metallo, it's the American government waking him back up to hopefully have him fight against Superman, to bring him in, because Metallo could have the ability to bring him down. Now, getting back over to Superman, you do have Superman be confronted by Steel. Now, of course, this is Steel coming to Superman as a friend, not an enemy. Not trying to make Superman an enemy of the state, but is still trying to help Superman get control of the Doomsday infection. But Superman knows that he really can't control the Doomsday infection. Matter of fact, it's taking over his body, his mind, everything about him. And so when Steel comes to Superman, you have Superman tell Steel, listen, I'm going to give you a key. This key will give you the ability to throw me into the Phantom Zone. I am promising you, you need to do it sooner than later because I cannot control it. So can you promise me that you will actually do it? And for Steel, he's kind of like, I don't want to do it. But if it comes down to it, then yeah, I'll do it. But that is the moment you have Superman lose control once again of the Doomsday infection. And so he actually backhands Steel and sends Steel flying in the air. And so now it's still kind of like, yeah, this infection is getting worse. We need to work fast to hopefully save Superman before things can get worse for the planet Earth. Now that is the moment you have Metallo appear. Now remember, Metallo is working for the American government, and this is the American government saying like Superman is too powerful and dangerous to be left out there unchecked. He needs to be locked up, locked away, because he is becoming Doomsday. Now, when it comes to Metallo, a lot of fans who know this should remember this right now, because Metallo has a heart, but his heart is not a human heart, it's a kryptonite heart. And that is why he's one of those popular Superman villains, because kind of like Superman must fight against someone who has a kryptonite for a heart. Of course, kryptonite is one of the many weaknesses of Superman. But with that being said, you now have Metallo coming in here fighting for the American government to bring down Superman. Now, really, Metallo is doing this for the love of Lois Lane. Let me explain. So, in the very beginning of the New 52 in Action Comics, Grant Morrison made Metallo in the New 52. But Metallo had a huge crush on Lois Lane. And so when he became Metallo, fought against Superman, fought against Brainiac, his mental state got really bad. And so he was kind of locked away and put on stasis. And so when he woke up for this storyline right here, his mental state never really healed up all the way. And so really he's doing all of this for Lois Lane. Now, on top of that, you have Lois Lane right now talking to him in his mind. And the reason why she's able to do that comes out of Psywar. Remember, Psywar was the storyline where 20 people were selected by Brainiac because Brainiac wanted to see if humans could be good hosts for his people to have their minds downloaded into the humans' bodies. But of course, he selected 20 people and gave them psychic powers to hopefully make them good hosts for his people to be downloaded into. Now, one of the 20 people who were selected by Brainiac gave their powers over to Lois Lane so that Lois Lane could warn Metropolis what is happening, that Brainiac is going to come back sooner or later to take over the Earth, give everybody psychic powers so that he can download the minds of his people into the bodies of the human race. And so Lois Lane was supposed to do that, but she never did. On top of that, Lois Lane is now being mind controlled by Brainiac. And so this is her behind the scenes trying to remove Superman to make everything easier for Brainiac to take over the Earth. And so right now it's her kind of making Metallo fight against Superman to make everything easier for Brainiac. And things are about to get a whole lot worse. And what I mean by that is Metallo did come here to fight against Superman, but he was only plan A. Plan B was a bomb, and that bomb is basically a kryptonite bomb, a kryptonite gas bomb. And of course, kryptonite is one of the many weaknesses of Superman. And so now you're talking about using a bomb that's holding a deadly gas made to kill Superman. This could actually bring Superman down. But in reality, it makes things a whole lot worse because Superman was trying his best to fight against the doomsday infection. But now with the kryptonite gas being used, it's getting bigger and bigger, just expanding all over the earth. It made Superman weak, so weak that he is no longer able to fight against the infection that he was trying to fight against. And so with the gas, it gave the doomsday infection the ability to finally take over Superman. Superman has officially became Doomsday. And so now the American government has made things even worse for the planet Earth. Now, getting into the second chapter of our video, we actually go inside the mind of Superman. What I mean by that is, in the mind of Superman, you have two different personas fighting for control over Superman. You have Clark Kent, the original Superman, the good side, and then you have Super Doom, the bad side. And so both sides are fighting for control right now over the body of Superman. And right now it seems like Super Doom is winning because thanks to that kryptonite gas in the air around the world, Superman is weak. And so now Super Doom is taking over, and sooner or later that could lead to more problems down the road. But a few miles away, we pick up with Wonder Woman, who's watching Superman from a far distance. But with that being said, she is also with one of her Amazonian sisters, Hesea. Hesea is one of the great doctors from Themyscira, and this is Wonder Woman asking for her help, believing that maybe magic and some kind of medicine from Themyscira could possibly heal up Superman. They're trying to find different ways to actually help out Superman. And so you do have Hesea put on one of her battle armor suits because she knows that Superman is a very strong opponent, especially now with him being affected with Doomsday. And so now he's even more powerful. And so this is Hesea going in and telling Wonder Woman that she may be able to actually help Superman out. Except Hesea lied to Wonder Woman, because when Hesea told Wonder Woman that she would find a way to actually help Superman out, that was a big lie. In reality, Hesea realized that Superman must die. He must be killed, because if he is turning into Doomsday, then all hopes is lost. Why do we keep trying to find different ways to save this man and nothing is working? And so for Hesea, she's kind of like, I have other patients across the world. And for me to actually help those patients out, I have to get rid of Superman. And so Hesea tries her best to fight against Superman. But Superman is too powerful. He's too strong. He's turning into Doomsday. And so he's able to just beat down over and over again on Hesea. Everything she tries to do does not work on him. It's Superman showing what would happen to him if he becomes Doomsday, a powerful force on the planet of Earth. Now you do have Wonder Woman step in, and honestly, that's a good idea because Superman Doom was about to kill off Hesea, and so she is very lucky that Wonder Woman stepped in to basically save her butt from being killed by Superman. But here comes the thing though. Wonder Woman does take Superman out into space, and when she does that, that means he is now away from the kryptonite gas, which means Superman does now have full control of his body. And so now he's telling Wonder Woman he must leave the planet Earth. He cannot go back down there because of the kryptonite gas. But on top of that, he wants to stay away, far away from the planet Earth until he knows how he can cure the Doomsday disease. And so this is him basically removing himself from the Earth. And he's saying goodbye to Wonder Woman and asking her and the rest of the Justice League to protect the planet until he can come back and honestly be a better person. But here comes the next problem though. As Superman begins the process of flying away, trying to get far away from the planet Earth, that is the moment he does get attacked by a bunch of Red Lanterns. Now, the Red Lanterns, of course, they're powered by rage. Now, with that being said, in the New 52, DC was still all love for Green Lantern, thanks to Jeff Johns. And so in the New 52, they gave the Red Lanterns their own title. And that title did go on for a good period of time. But two superheroes had joined the Red Lanterns. The first being, of course, Guy Gardner, and the other one was Supergirl. And so by this point in DC Comics, Supergirl and Guy Gardner were both Red Lanterns. And of course, they're trying to be good Red Lanterns. But either way, you have both characters right now trying to fight against Superman, which is not a good idea because he's trying to control the infection in his body. But with them fighting against him, of course, he loses control of the infection and he turns right back into Doomsday, and he sends the Red Lanterns right down to Earth. And that tells you right there, nothing can really stop him at all. But to go ahead and wrap up this video, you do have Wonder Woman actually meet up with the Red Lanterns where they had crashed at thanks to Superman throwing them down back to Earth. And you have Wonder Woman as the Red Lanterns. Why in the world are you here? What are you doing? And of course they say, listen, we came here to stop Superman because our job right now as Red Lanterns is to protect the Earth. And to protect the Earth from Superman, we had to do it. But of course, that is the moment you have Wonder Woman tell the Red Lanterns, you can't do anything at all. You can't stop him. He's too powerful. He's too gone. The only thing you can do now is get out of his way and let him be, because he is too powerful to be stopped right now. And so the story ends, or for now, on a cliffhanger. Superman has left Earth, which means Earth is now easy pickings for Brainiac. But the big question is now, where is Superman going to go now? Where is he going to go? And we're going to find out in the next video. So with that being said, please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. Later, guys.